Right. So I was just saying, the kind of stuff that you get here. Well, I just had lunch, and it was a dog. And it's tasty. It's tasty. They serve it as two different kinds of soup. One is kind of just, I don't know what they call it, broiled or something. Um, it's just kind of like watery with a little bit of seaweed in it, and you know, it's quite bland. It's it's okay, but it's not the main dish. It's just kind of like a starter. And then with your chopsticks, um, you eat little pieces of meat there on the table, and you dip them in sauce and eat that. That's pretty tasty. And on top of that, you get like proper, really hearty soup. Um, it's kind of like beef stew, but obviously it's a dog, and cup of rice or a little bowl of rice with that, and you're all set to go. For those of you who live in Britain and eat a lot of lamb, or in Scotland or wherever, New Zealand, I don't know, those kind of places, actually, in my opinion, lamb doesn't taste nowhere near as good as dog, but, no judgment there. Um, there's been a lot of discussion about all this, like Koreans eating dogs and all that. I must tell you one thing, it's not common at all. Um, Here in Daegu, a city of about 2.5 million people, there's about 3 restaurants that serve dog. So it's something that you would have once in a season, once a year maybe. So not very common at all. What is a lot more common and what I find more exotic is the seafood, the kind of stuff that you can get at these little bistros that I was talking about. You can buy. 2 days ago, I had my first nakchi, little octopus, which can be served into 3 different ways. One, not so interesting, is boiled, so I didn't really want that. The other one, or the other two, are raw. What does that mean? Well, that means that the octopus is served to you on a plate, either chopped up or alive, just pulled out of the fish tank. I had it chopped up, and what you do is you grab it with your chopsticks. Of course, the pieces are still moving, crawling around, quite exotic, but you do what everybody else does if you want to get the right experience, I guess. So you dip it in the sauce, put it in your mouth, and you gotta chew it carefully so it doesn't get stuck in your throat and doesn't kill you. Um, I find that quite bland taste. That's why you dip it in the sauce. I guess it's very chewy, but interesting nonetheless. Recommend to all of you, if you get the chance, try nakchi, little octopus. Interesting stuff. There's always like tons of vegetable on the table. I counted so many different kinds. I don't even know what these things are called. Um, and I don't think there's much point in me talking about this. I'll just try to upload photographs and videos of the food that I've had here, so you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. And then yeah, um, another interesting meal that I had was sea eel, uh, komyangul, I think, in Korean, and there are 2 ways how they serve them. They put a cooker in front of you on the table, and they start, vegetables being cooked already, and then they bring the sea eels alive, just pulled out freshly out of the fish tank, and they throw them right on the vegetables. And no problem. Of course, some of you might consider that animal torture. Well, I leave the opinion up to you. But they're fresh. That's one thing you can be sure of. These these sea eels, they just kind of move around, look like big oversized worms or little snakes or something. It's not a very pleasant sight, but they're quite tasty overall. The other way of cooking them is the same, except you put a lot of salt on them or something, some salty sauce with it, which makes them jump out so that you won't see because it gets all wrapped in a foil to make sure the eels stay inside of the pot. So that's the kind of things I had here. Lot of garlic, lot of onion, lot of different spices. You know, it's all quite interesting. You might wanna. I don't know. I don't like raw onion and raw garlic, but people just eat it here like a little starter or whatever with meat. Um, dip you dip things in different sauces. Regarding that, I think the best thing to do is just ask. You ask what to combine with what, because I mean there's no way in the world you're gonna know. So just ask. It's no biggie, no problem. They tell you. It's all good fun. You know. That's what it should all be about. I'm running out of time, and I think I told you everything that was interesting. Follow my videos, and you'll see pictures of what I was talking about. I have a little video of myself eating nakchi and the little bits moving on the table, so you might want to check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and talk to you soon.